FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Commanders. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Let's go. Check.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
On the double. Check right. One.
And again, it's Chubb. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. I'll tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And the big difference in the ball game, they're able to force turnovers. 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Browns send out their punter now. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run with Gibson. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Remember pregame when we were talking to him on the field and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers? A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Jahan Dotson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Browns drive about to get started.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd and 12, Mon. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those unreliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage. With man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he is going to have a Browns first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They run again on 1st down. Chubb. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
From the 36, Mon. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they run into him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Tackle made by Chase Young. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Rolling to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw right a little too far, brings up 3rd down. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Man, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two, right here 3. Remember, it was 2 in a row. When we hit 3 in a row, because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mon. He's got the connection to Cooper. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. After run, 7-0 on EA Sports. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Mon. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jamison Williams, 32 yards. And the Browns are an extra point away from evening this one up. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
After the sack on 1st down, Mom under pressure, and they got to him again. Chase Young, he's the one that drops him this go around. That pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, here's Agnew. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here. Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. The last run went so well for them, maybe they should have just handed it off right here too. Instead, the quarterback ends up keeping it, and the defense is right on it and wipes away the yardage gained on the last snap. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 41 yards. And the Commanders have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mon. He's airing it out for Williams. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. He's got a man complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Howell. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Ahmad fumbles it. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Ahmad going to throw it. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in the open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing here, Howell. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
I'd like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush. We're walking aside.
Under pressure, they got him again. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long. That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. On the draw, it's Gibson. And some room to work. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 58 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Second down throw for Howell. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So here we go, 4th down, Howell. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's got some space here. Touchdown. De'Ami Brown, 52 yards. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
It's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Mon looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But the last one, man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Here's Mon. They're going for it. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. They've got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 55 yards. And the Browns are back within a score. Kevin Stefanski going to leave the offense out to go for 2. Mon throwing for it. He's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the counter, Gibson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A gain of 3, second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This time they'll throw it with Howell. Got a man. It's Brown. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
4th down, Howell. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this Browns defense stands tall. They begin this drive with Chubb. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
He's airing it out for Williams. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
And you get deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level in what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms, and everything.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Browns are going to take possession of the football. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that as he brings up a 3rd and 10.
That's a way you always know he is tough and flexible. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game. then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. A lot of pressure here for Cade York. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. York able to send this one through.
And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for...
He's got him in, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's Howell.
Over the middle here to Brown.
He'll get it inside the 20. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Howell on the QB sneak.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris,
and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And they will be all smiles in Georgetown.